school was going to be torn down was addressed at the last Universal Parliament. Zoom conference is not going to substitute for Universal Parliament. Just because this pandemic has introduced a way for us to start doing things virtually, we are not going to get away from how we have been building. Universal Parliament has always been the standard every last Sunday of the month of how we make knowledge born of what's taking place in this nation. Next, anything going to take place with a lost lawmaker or anything major in this nation is supposed to also be presented to at Universal Parliament, not no Zoom meeting. How can I have no disrespect? I know a lot of gods of earth started here at the root. They might have migrated down south, out west, to the Midwest, and so forth. How can somebody, like yes, that gotten out of self here, probably been living in Oklahoma, Texas, Houston, California, Chicago, whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? Can instruct me of what he's doing out there, think it can help me benefit me here. Don't you know the structure and environment is different here? And now why than it is in Florida, Alabama, California, and most of the different cities all across? Every environment is different. Every environment has changed. The pandemic has changed a lot of things. So yes, your idea is very beneficial. It can be helpful. And see if it can be instituted or implemented in some way, okay? But a person that's down south can't tell me what he's doing. I didn't think it's going to help you up here. You might be able to deal with that in that cycle because things are a little bit slower and everything, but things are so much faster. There's different speeds, there's different currents when we're dealing with these ciphers. And being that this is the capital, not just the Mecca when it comes to the nation of gods and earth, but this is also the capital of the world. People look here to see what's trending, how things are being done. They come here for admin. They don't go to Washington, D.C. It comes here first. Supreme mathematics gave me the ability to be able to do proper knowledge. Proper knowledge. Not just one. Because there's many different ways of doing the knowledge to certain things in life. He has his different ways of doing the knowledge stuff. He has his way of doing the knowledge stuff. So I do the knowledge of many different individuals and say, how would Warren Black do it? How would Warren Justice do it? How would Sabu do it? How would the laws of mathematics look at this? For me to come up with a proper way of implementing it and get an understanding of how to move forward when it comes to these issues that we are having. To how to perfect it and make it even better. Part of self, I meant to bring the diagram of the prefabricated steel buildings for the guards to see, but I just came back. I was out of town. So I just came straight here. Came straight to the park. I didn't get a chance to go to my table and bring it. But I would have it at next Universal Park. But that's where we at when it comes to this cipher right now. The idea is to get a loan from TD Bank, to be able to show TD Bank that we have a certain amount of income coming to a law school method that we can be able to pay them $1,700 a month to pay off a loan with TD. That's what we are. That's what we are when it comes to that cipher. If so, I will be able to get back in contact with Patriot Steel, and they told us they can have it done by the end of the year. So come by next September, we have a place here at the law school making we will have out by this park. It's that simple. Mathematics is simple. It's simple. It's knowledge to born and born back to knowledge. It's that simple. I will be given, again, like I've been saying every month since last September, when Born Black first brought to us $100 from $100 from 100 Guards and Earth. again, every month I will tell you where we at. When it comes to that, again, we have $5,967. If it changes every month, I told you there's a $13 maintenance fee every month from the bank. $13 maintenance fee every month.
For what?
Huh?
Just
The bank
money in the bank.
it's a maintenance fee that we have to pay for them doing accounts for billings and statements and stuff. It's a bank fee. That's where we at. Next month, hopefully, have another building, Cypher C Truth, where we at when it comes to the numbers, of crunching the numbers and the presentation, and see if this is doable for us to either be able to go to TD Bank or whatsoever bank ever to be able to get this project moving. This is going to happen one way or another. I don't believe in waiting. So we're going to lose no time on waiting on for a mystery God to come and save us. I'm not going to lose no time. That's why I'm going to keep on doing the research and doing what is necessary to get this information. We can go together and start doing this. That's the same thing.
Peace.
Peace. I'm Lord Born Justice from P-Law. I haven't spoken to Parliament in a couple of years. It's been like that because of the pandemic. My mental state for a lot of brothers and sisters that we lost. And just, doing the knowledge to a lot of things on how I can better serve my nation. Today's mathematics is wisdom power. Through my wisdom, you're going to see my power. And through my power, you're going to see the wisdom of God. One thing I want to manifest is that there's a lot of nonsense going on, a lot of lack of communication, people not getting proper information. But number one, the school is not going to be torn down. The school is not going to be moved an inch this way or an inch that way. What's going to end up happening in the final analysis, once we all agree, what's going to add on to the school, if you can look at the bar, where the bar used to be across the street, I was dealing with Born Black about that yesterday. If you see how the building on the left-hand side is connected to the building on the right-hand side, I just really did the knowledge to it yesterday, that could be an envision on how it could be at a law school in Mecca. Instead of touching the school, you can build next to the school, or maybe extend the school. That's the only thing, take the wall down and connect it. That's a possibility. But my main concern is that people are getting information and not getting information from the right sources. And they're getting the information and they're running with it and they're spreading it. And I'm getting calls, I'm getting emails, I'm getting texts. Yo, God, what they doing up in Mecca? What's going on up here in Mecca? I'm going to tell you what's going on here in Mecca. We build. It's a handful of us that's down here consistently, some more than others, but we in contact with each other, so if somebody can't make it for some reason, somebody else can come down there and do what has to be done. Give you an example. When the call got put out for the engineers to come down to the school, certain brothers had jobs, which I have a job and I got flexibility on my job. They couldn't make it down here. They empowered me to get the key, go to the next step to get them access to the basement. I came down, I stayed with them, I built with them, I did the knowledge to them, I saw what they saw. We got it done. There's no blocks. There's nothing stumbling in front of us, making us not do certain things. But we have the power to penetrate. We have the power to make things move. We have the power to keep people focused on what has to be done. What has to be done is that people need to come out here and add on. It's only, like I said, a handful of brothers. I'm going to give you a prime example. We have a agenda in place, whereas part of the agenda has already been satisfied with the wall being fixed, with the painting of the flag updated, with the new awning on the school. Back here is where the God Prince Supreme is working on creating a foundation so that we can put a new shed back here, so we can put all the material that belong to the school inside the shed where it's waterproof and it won't come up missing. But we can tear the old shed down. Excuse me. We're going to tear the old shed down, like the God Law Mathematics said, and we're going to pave that whole area from fence to fence. We're going to print it out, paint it out, give it numbers, so we know a number for every cart that we have, and whatever extra cart is going to come in, or carts, we look at maybe 10 to 15 more carts, adding on to what we already have there. That's going to bring the income that we need to come in for a law school in Mecca. Nobody is misplacing the money, nobody is misusing the money. We got accountability for every cent. So we can kill that bird. But nobody got to say, oh, money is being misappropriated. Ain't no money being misappropriated. That song been sung. We not there now. We got reliable God and earth that's adding on, that's helping out. Some is in the background, some is in the forefront. But if you call a meeting, you're going to see the same 7 gods. We'll make it 8, because I'm there now. They pulled me into the mix, and I got to be a certain meeting to manifest certain reality, and I got to be the odd job. You understand what I'm saying? We have to come and add on. We need gods and earth to come down to the school to add on to the staff, the day-to-day operations at the school. We want to have a lesson for the Law Youth Center in Mecca. I was speaking to Harriet, who's the mother of Umalah's children. She lives a couple of blocks away from me. And we was having a conversation. I was giving her an update on some of the stuff that's going on, because her young guards, they still grill with me. Matter of fact, one of his young guards, Najee, came down during the African American Day Parade so he could sell some water to put a couple of dollars in his pocket. And he sold all the water. He ain't had no drama. He ain't had no problem. And she was thanking me for that, but I was thanking her because Umalah was the one, when I came home in '86, that walked and talked with me and gave me an update on everything that's going on. And like I told her, Umalah's not here physically, and I'm the acting president of a Law Youth Center in Mecca. She said, well, those are some big shoes to fill. I know some of the older brothers like myself, if the shoes we had didn't fit, we put some paper in the toe of the shoe. So the shoe would fit. So I told her, well, I ain't trying to really fit his shoe because I can't do it, but I got paper in the toe of my shoe so I could be comfortable moving around. And I say that to say this. We got to remember the gods and earth that was here that added on and contributed. Because they're not physically here, the work that they did still have to be recognized and appreciated. I remember at the time Dumar basically, how can I say it? I ain't gonna say commanded me, but he gave me an order to go to Region 5 to a conference that they was having down there because he couldn't go because he had a prior engagement. And so I was sent down there to add on. So the thing I'm trying to manifest is this. We need more people to add on to fill the slots that's open. There's a lot of slots open. We got guards that's doing 5 different jobs just to make sure things are maintained at the school. To make sure we got toilet paper, hand soap, garbage bag, paper towel, cleaning sanitizer, cherries for the floor to make it smell good when it got to be sanitized. There's certain guards that's doing a certain thing that's making sure that when people come down here, the presentation of the school looks great. We need people to add on. So this is not even for the ones that's here. This is for y'all in the audience that's going to look at this on Facebook. Because you out of state, don't mean you can't make a phone call. It ain't all about money. It's about time. Now this is the time. What must be done? What must be done? We must add on. Wherever you at, you can still add on. I know some of y'all come to New York. Y'all out there hustling and selling various items. Y'all come to New York to get your supply. You can stop by a law school and say, how can I help? How can I add on? I'm here for a week. I'm here for 2 days. What can I do? That little bit of time that you put in, take some of the weight of some of the brothers that's here that's carrying most of the weight. We can't do it all by ourselves. If you want to be in the election or have your name circulating for the new Law Youth Center Executive Board, send me your resume at bornjustice@gmail.com. You ain't got to call me. You ain't got to text me. Send me an email, bornjustice@gmail.com. More information will come up about the election in the very near future. Now, let me change the pace a little bit. I have a saying that I use. Born Black has one too. I have a saying that I use, I always say, the bill continues. The reason why I say the bill continues, I was having a conversation with my young earth during the time that brother Nipsey Hussle got murdered. And he had a business, and his business was called the Marathon. And he used to always say the marathon continues. A marathon is a race, and the race is always constantly going, constantly going. So when I told my daughter, well, we're not in a race, but we building, we adding on to build all day, every day, regardless of whom or what. Build is build. So I said, well, that's the case, and that's like, the build never stops. The build continues. You got knowledge of self. Because you got knowledge of, you can't be laid back and not doing nothing, just chill. The knowledge you have is help you build and add on. Build means to add on. So the build continues. The add-on continues. It don't stop. We're trying right now to get us back into Harriet Tubman. We got the guard Bilal, who's the principal out in Long Island, that's trying to help us get back into Harriet Tubman. I sent an email to the principal at Harriet Tubman. I haven't got a response yet with an email and a document that Umar had wrote up for the community board, and the document's name is Why Parliament. Maybe some of you brothers have that in your book of life, maybe some of y'all don't. I copied that and I sent that along with the email. I sent the email to Riverbank State Park. I got a response from me. I sent the same information. I gave them an update on why we need Parliament, and I broke down what we do with the Parliament. I got a response back. They told me that they can't help me there. This is the superintendent of District 5, if I'm correct. I got an email back from them. They said they could not help me, that it had to be on the principal of whatever school I applied to. So that's when I sent the email to Principal Jarrett. They told me that they got the application request that I sent them, and they are reviewing it for availability, meaning that they're checking out to see where they can give us a slot at. I asked for October, so we can have a Parliament inside next month. Willfully, if we get that slot, or we get Harriet Tubman, either way, certain procedures got to be put in place when we get inside the Parliament. It cannot be like we've been doing it before, because a lot of times people that get up there, they speak, and they've been told, your time is too long, your time is, you got to get off. You can't stop a man's wisdom. You know, people have a lot to say, and sometimes they say a certain part just to start off, but the meat don't come to the end. And if you cut them off, then certain people can't get the information that the brother or sister is going to manifest. And what has happened, the mentality of brothers and sisters in our nation has got vexed. They start feeling some kind of way, and they say, well, I'm not coming to the Parliament because the brother keep cutting me off and I can't speak. So we're going to make some policy and procedures when we have back access inside the Parliament that will be conducive for the growth and development of our nation as far as communication is concerned. I say it, and I'm going to say it again. We need God, we need Earth to come out, add on to the projects that's already manifested. If you have a project that you want to manifest, you can come down to the school, you can come and build with the builders, you can present whatever program. The main thing we're trying to do now is make our home respectful, where people can come in and get knowledge and information about what we're doing. I don't want to give you an update on what we have been doing, the handful of us. Like right now, I would like to get like 3 brothers to help out Prince Supreme so that he can finish in a timely fashion with the foundation that he's working on in back of the school. So if any of you guards out there have some free time on the weekend, if you have the means to get in contact with Prince Supreme, please reach out to him, call the school, leave him a message, send me an email at bornjustice@gmail.com. I will get the message to him. The brother needs help. He needs help to help do what he has to do in the backyard. That'll be a process that can be finished. We can go to the next stage, get the new shed, knock the old shed down, get the ground paid, and we can get more things happening down here. Anybody have any questions or any concern, you have your means of reaching me. Again, today is Wisdom Power. Through my power, you're going to see my wisdom and see the reality of God. Peace.
Peace, God. Peace. And earth. I just want to make an announcement, right? Many of you may know, may not know, that on October the 9th, there's at Akbar Community Center, which Justice Hakim and a few other guards have been able to procure for us to meet every second Sunday there in Medina, right? There's a planned anniversary celebration and rally, right, for our 58th year anniversary that Justice Hakim and a few other guards have put together, right? We are asking for you not only come, but if you do come, to bring a child. If you don't have a child, get one, bring a newcomer, right? That rally is going to go from 7 to 10. I've been in communication with Shati. He's agreed to DJ that event, because after 7, that's when we'll be serving food and there'll be music and what have you, social equality, right? Shati is going to need someone to help him bring his equipment to Akbar's Community Center, right? That's basically it, right? It's important, man, God was able, man, to just not him, was able to, with along with other guys, man, to procure that site, once again, for us to have a universal rally in Medina every second Sunday from now on, right? It's great work, and the mother of the persons that were in charge of that center, right? She has agreed, right, that she will come down from Albany every second Sunday to open it up for us. So it's a great opportunity for us, man, to rekindle our unity as a nation, right? And remember the date, October the 9th. Professor James Small, someone who knew the father, right, and was also at one time a bodyguard for Betty Shabazz, right? He is a well-known historian worldwide, right? And he told me, right, that he has a prior engagement on that day, but if he can make it to the rally, that he will, because we are important to him as well. So just to acknowledge, God, we're asking, man, for y'all to come and pack the house. All right? So that's my presentation right now. Thank you, God.
My name is John Losh, y'all. And everything Born Justice said, I said it for a second. I just want to say, it's been an uphill battle, and it's going to continue, right? I'm looking at Joel and say this, right? And I'm looking at all, and peace to the queen in the back too. Peace to you, peace to God and her. You know what I mean? So, just like, man, I look at all the beautiful faces, and I don't mean this to say this, man, we cause contention, but make no mistake. There are those that are just the opposite, right? That would stick pins. I had to learn just recently, stop, I'm gonna still get on Facebook, social media, that's what I do, right? Even though my big brother didn't like that, but I not get it. But you always gonna have someone who will hate you because you build it. I don't like your suit. Yeah, look at him. You know, give a question. Yeah, this is why Born Justice said, here you go. Let me give it to you. So, right, one more time. We was about to sell the school. We keep the school dirty. No one's built it. And this is people who walk with you. See, there's never nobody you don't know. It's always the person you do know, right? But we 5%, see? And one of the teachings is everything is subject to be shown and proved. You're not going to just make it rain. I don't want to use that word. And then tell me, you use the dirty water and then tell me it's rain. Right. Everything is subject to be shown and proved. We built it at home and abroad. We went through an uphill battle in Medina. Truth be told, I didn't want to touch that. There was a whole lot of great area. But my homestead conference, mathematics, equals the homestead conference of those that are building, not just here, but everywhere. So when Justice Hakim said, and we need to encourage that, we need to pack that where you got to stand outside. Because you need to support your brother, here and abroad, wherever we can go. I know, see, we building so greatly, you have to sometimes pick. Should I go with Asbury? Should I go over here? And I can't, can't spread myself thin. All right, well, us five will go here. Why don't we do this over there? Just to add on. But I'm speaking for here because this is where I live. That's another beat. Yo, God, I had to tell some people, the God got a bill. Law Mathematics bill was, and you correct me, God, I got the gist of what he meant. He meant that to come from West Bubba all the way here, you my brother, and to tell me, like the God said, God take resumes from people, I'm sure, from other places, but the man takes some knowledge, we just know you're going to be examined. I wouldn't care who you walk with.